My parents have been involved in theater throughout their lives. They first met while performing in a college production of Our Town. Consequently, people assume I have the theater in my blood. As it happens, all I have in my blood is used bourbon and low serum cholesterol. The world of legitimate theater is not for me. This may be due to a bad theatrical experience I had as a child. In the 5th grade, I was cast in a school production of Sic Semper Tyrannis, a historical playlet depicting the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. It was fairly heady subject matter for a bunch of 10-year-olds. But our teacher, Miss Fremont, was very progressive, which is a term used in the 70s for people who experiment with drugs. I was originally to play the part of John Wilkes Booth. It was quickly discovered, however, that I couldn't be trusted with my prop gun. It was a cap pistol that I repeatedly fired at female classmates as they entered the girls' bathroom, causing them to accomplish their objective prematurely. And so I was recast as the doomed president. This was quite a demotion because Lincoln was a non-speaking part, except for right after Booth's bullet entered my skull, at which time I was to yell, "Ow, what was that? I feel sleepy now," and then collapse. Playing Honest Abe also meant I had to interact with Mary Todd Lincoln, who was portrayed by a timid, buck-toothed campfire girl named Sharon, who couldn't act her way out of a wet paper bag with a flashlight during rush hour. I realize this phrase makes no sense, but it's just so frustrating trying to convey in words how bad this kid was as a performer. She stared directly at the ceiling at all times, slurred her dialogue like a barfly with a concussion, and on more than one occasion addressed me on stage as President Grandpa. In the show, Mrs. Lincoln and I sat on a raised platform representing the famed balcony at Ford's Theater as we watched other students act out a scene from Our American Cousin. It's a play within a play, our teacher told us. Then she swatted at the air around her head as if she were being attacked by invisible flying elves. Miss Fremont was unable to locate a copy of the script for the play Lincoln was viewing the night he was fatally wounded. Consequently, the young actors were told to improvise their lines, resulting in some unique dialogue. "So, you're my cousin, huh?" "Yep." "Where did you say you're from?" "America." "Oh, where's that?" "Over there, I think." "Do you have any popsicles?" "I don't know, but I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, you sockdologizing old man-trap." This was the actual line from Our American Cousin Miss Fremont did provide. She'd read that those were the last words spoken on stage a moment before renowned actor John Wilkes Booth stepped from behind a balcony curtain and into the annals of infamy. Our Mr. Booth was anything but infamous. He was Curtis Fulton, a buddy of mine since kindergarten, and the only black kid at our school. When his cue came up, he just stood there in the wings with his arms crossed, furiously shaking his head. He clearly had little interest in being an actor and even less in firing a weapon, none whatsoever in murdering me or Abraham Lincoln. "No, I won't," he told Miss Fremont, who was urging him on. "Don't make me do it." "It's okay, Kurt," I whispered to him through the side of my mouth. "Just put a bullet in my head and we can go play kickball." "I can't," he cried. "You freed my people." "Your people are from Fletcher Hills. You don't owe me anything." "He's right, Curtis," our teacher said. "Besides, your parents are out there. Don't you want to make them proud?" "Yes." "Then go out there and kill the president." With that, she gave him what was supposed to be a helpful shove forward. Unfortunately, she pushed too hard, and my would-be assassin went flying by me, then toppled off the raised platform and onto the stage. Curtis tried valiantly to rise, regain his composure, and shout, "Sic Semper Tyrannis," the Latin phrase meaning "thus always to tyrants," which Booth reportedly exclaimed upon slaying Lincoln. But he'd banged up his leg so badly when he landed onto the stage that it was all he could do not to burst into tears as he slowly limped off into the wings. The sudden awkward fall and wordless exit of a black child with a construction paper mustache left all within the theater in stunned silence. Miss Fremont probably would have pulled the curtain at that point, only she was busy taking Curtis to the nurse's office. I soon realized that it fell upon me as commander-in-chief to end this debacle. I picked up the gun Curtis had dropped at my feet, stood up, and put the barrel to my head. "This play is terrible," I announced. "I can't watch another minute of it." I then pulled the trigger and dropped to the floor. The loud bang of the cap pistol caused the audience to gasp and 3 of them to make a sudden dash for the girls' bathroom. But still, there was no one to pull the curtain. Amazingly, it was the widow Lincoln who devised an exit strategy. She pulled the deadly weapon from her husband's motionless hand, took careful aim, and systematically gunned down the entire cast of Our American Cousin, all of whom had the good sense to fall down dead. Sharon then waved the smoking pistol above her head triumphantly and recited Booth's legendary words as best as she could remember them. "Stick Stapler Toronto!" Having made this pronouncement, Mrs. Lincoln tossed the gun to the floor dramatically, walked off stage, and closed the curtains herself. Curtis recovered quickly from his injury. He and I were playing kickball within the week, but we never trod the boards together again. This was probably for the best. We didn't have Miss Fremont as a dramatic mentor much longer. She lost her job one day just before Easter vacation when, after taking what was later discovered to be a considerably large dose of acid, she covered herself in yellow finger paint and refused to come out from behind the soda machine in the teacher's lounge. It seemed a shame. She was so progressive. Oh, well. Stick Stapler Toronto.